Is it a bit any standout performance? Island Retreat would be the one, would it? So far, Melodic Rendezvous. Any of these horses got hopes of Cheltenham victory?
I'm happy to see Melodic Rendezvous back on a back to winning ways after obviously he lost the best part of last season he lost Cheltenham and Aintree with injury or whatever it was. So it's good to see him back to winning ways. I don't know if that's a proper champion hurdle trial, but you don't know. We'll see what the future holds.
Any other points?
I think he's a mudlark for me, Melodic Rendezvous.
Yeah, that's my question about Cheltenham as well.
He's a very good horse, but he's a very good one-paced horse, if you get me. He needs that ground to show his best to go through it.
Talking about a champion hurdle, because we haven't had time to talk to you about it, Declan. We sort of covered over it, and you were over in Ireland when Hurricane Fly beat Jeski and Hal Connor.
Yeah.
Right. They'll all match up again next week.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be the same outcome?
I'd have to say yes. Leopardstown is just that is Hurricane Fly's turf.
He's unbeaten there, isn't he?
I'm not. I'd be guessing.
I think he is. Yeah.
You could
I think
be
he
right.
is unbeaten there.
But the Al Connor connection said that look, they're going to be much closer to him next time.
Yeah. Look, it all depends. I think kind of looking at the race, all three connections will all look at Cheltenham and go, we still have a chance. Willie Mullins has said openly he thinks there's more to come from Hurricane Fly. Jeski, who was second, obviously didn't get the best run of the race last time he was held in at a crucial point. And Al Connor, it was basically his first run of the year. If myself now, out of those three, if I had to back one now for the champion hurdle at the prices, it would be Al Connor.
I think just one small thing. I think we'll see Jeski ridden a little differently next time. I think a few times he's been ridden for speed, where I don't think he has that turn of speed.
You think you might see him out front?
I think not out in front, but in the first two or three, he seems to be a real galloper and a real good cruising speed. He's able to jump and travel, and when he has to go and quicken up, I don't think he has that turn of speed. So I'd say they might just be a little bit more prominent with him the next time, and you might see him being able to. Whereas Hurricane Fly can come round and take 2 or 3 lengths off him, if he has already got them, it might just make it a little bit more difficult.
And there was a point about the other Mullins horse that was run last week. Not Any Power, maybe you can pronounce.
Underso.
What do you think is going to happen there?
Well,
you can't have 3 running the champion hurdle, surely.
Well, they're different owners, If the owners, I'm sure Willie will try and keep them apart, But if there are 3 different owners, if the 3 of them say, look, Willie, we want to go, they're paying Willie's wages.
And on social media networks, Willie has been criticised this week for not being apparently as open as Paul Nicholls. Where do you sit on that? Because he's got so many horses. Where do you sit on that? What's your view on that?
He's in that glorified position that he can do what he wants. Do you know what I mean? He's the trainer. The people are entrusting him with their horses, so it's down to him to decide. And if he doesn't want to decide 6 or 8 weeks or whatever it is until Cheltenham, well, that's his business. I think he's right.
I think it's absolute garbage, if I'm being honest. How can you decide which horse is going where and when?
Exactly.
8 weeks before race.
I think it's
but the argument would be, well, Paul Nicholls is saying, well, my horse is going to go here, my horse is going to go here.
Paul Nicholls doesn't have half as many conundrums as Willie Mullins does.
And I'm sure Paul Nicholls said Pitzig was going for the champion hurdle. I wouldn't say he'll say that now. So what's the point in saying it? You don't actually know.
What happens if Mullins said at the start of the season, Any Power is we want her to run the champion hurdle. Everyone bails in. Big Bucks comes out injured, which doesn't make the world hurdle.
Exactly.
The world hurdle is there to be taken, and they reroute her. Then Willie, then he's
he's slated for that because people have lost their money anti-post.
And the point being, he's not there to make punters happy.
No.
He's there to make his owners happy.
He's there to win races.
It's not saying that he shouldn't be helpful with punters. Obviously
on the day of racing.
But if you see him, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant with at the races cameras and RTE. Yeah. He'll spend 10 minutes and he'll talk about each individual horse, and I think he's great.
If you go onto the At the Races YouTube channel, you will see a 15-minute interview from Willie Mullins on the 28th or 29th, one of the busiest periods in Irish racing, talking about all the horses that ran over the Christmas period.
To match up, that's right, it was.
You can have a fair idea of where you're going, but you cannot determine ground, horses' form, other horses from other stables, injuries, 8 weeks away, and then if he says one thing and he goes another way, then he's going to be slated as well. I'm a punter. I want all the trainers to, you know, be upfront with it, but I can completely understand where Mullins is coming from.
And the point is, he should not be criticised for it.
No, he shouldn't. But then you get all these idiots on forums going, "Oh, Willie's on Betfair laying his horses. He knows who's going where." It's just drivel. Absolute drivel.
And it's driven by their own greed as well.
Yeah.
We wanted to, before we close, we've only got a couple of minutes. He was very impressed with another horse over in Ireland, over the Tullamore Tank, is it?
Oh, the Tullow Tank. Yeah, I was.
Thank you. The Tullow Tank.
Yeah, I was impressed.
I
with
remember
him.
the yellow colours, but I can't remember the whole name.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. I'm not sure if Moyle Park ran up to his best that day, because he was obviously one of the Mullins kind of hype novice hurdlers this year.
He was a brilliant bumper winner at Leopardstown, and then he cost 250 grand at the Cheltenham sale.
I'm not sure if Moyle Park ran up to his race. I haven't heard anything otherwise, but he made him look like a slow horse. He quickened
He made him look
past
moderate, didn't he?
He did. And you go back and you see how he won his maiden hurdle. I think it was at Navan. He was caught in a pocket for ages and ages and ages. Danny Mullins had to pull him out, and he quickened. And the stamina in his pedigree, by Oscar, a sire I like. He jumps quite well. He'll be better over fences. But I think at the moment he's my supreme horse, and you know I've backed him anti-post for the supreme.
What price?
I don't like saying it, but I got like 15 quid. I got 68s on.
I didn't ask you how much you put on. I just asked for the price.